Hey guys, Aldo here, and I've decided to stream again. It's been a while, I know that, but I actually have a reason. Well, I'm going to play some Minecraft and just be me. I'm just gonna be playing around in my save on my worlds and just talk about, well, talk about my part-time job. Now, if you are that much YouTube that I am, like, there's a YouTube channel called The Odd Ones Out. The guy that owns the channel is known as James as well. And he talks about working at Subway, like his first job. Now I wanted to talk about like the first job and all that, just because I'm working at Subway right now, and I have quite a few stories. I hope it's entertaining enough. And yeah. So right off the bat, I want to say this. In Iceland, the whole experience in the job, you can't really get a job unless you have like experience and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to talk about this. In Iceland, when you turn 13 or so, or when you get to the 8th grade, there's something that it's like a job for like really young teenagers. And it's like supposed to be like the first job, quote unquote. And basically it's about, well, shit. It's actually just like cleaning the whole town wherever you live. It's all around Iceland, and anyone who comes to Iceland like on a young age will know about it. You have all the two options. Either you join like the group that's gonna perform for, like, imagine it like this. You may going to be doing some entertainment for like kids or the people in the retirement home or something like that. Or you can like go around the whole town with gardening tools and basically take all the basically just cleaning the whole place to make it more, well, I really don't know how to say it in English, but it's something along those lines. And yeah, now the whole group they were supposed to entertain people. They have to do the same thing we do later in the summer, but I choose to do the especially clean the whole place in the first place because, well, it's just something that I want to do, something involving like plants and all that. So I basically choose that as a way to practice, you know? And trust me, that is something that I really wanted to do. But in May this year, I got a new job, and I've been working in the same job for like 3 years, I think. Yeah, 3 years. It's basically just a summer job. But in May, I got a new job at Subway. And I can tell you that if you haven't watched the Hour videos about Subway, like his experience at Subway, then I recommend check it out. I'm gonna be referencing his videos and talk about experience since I live outside of USA, where basically things are different. Now I just wanna start talking about like how I work when it comes to Subway. Now I agree with James. It's one of the easiest jobs out there, and for good reason. But when it comes to this kind of fast food jobs or whatever, I recommend trying to find something you like to do at this place. What do you like to have fun there as a part of your job? Me personally, I actually love to bake basically everything there. You can leave everything when it comes to baking to me. So if there's need for more cookies, I can just go and bake them and so on. But when it comes to customers in Iceland, a lot of tourists that come, and it can sometimes be a little bit frustrating when it comes to like on Thursdays, I think. There's like a day you have Subway work at. It's like a part of a really big building, and there's a hotel attached to it and all that. And next to us is pizza. So there's like the thing with where the pizzas cost 1,000 Iceland money or Iceland kroner, and it's like the middle-sized pizzas, and it's actually something that we have so much job to do and all that. And it's actually can be kind of frustrating. But now things to talk about like we also have jobs to do there, like outside of making sandwiches. We talk about stocking chips and nothing else, pretty much. The only other job we ever talked about in the video was clean the bathrooms, which is actually you don't have to clean the whole bathroom. Only thing I usually do is just clean soap and basically a little bit in the sink, because I usually just spray the stuff on the sink, turn the water on, then to scrub the rest. And of course clean the mirrors. And the whole spray thing, we have to obviously bake some stuff. The jobs are pretty simple, but if you ask me, the hardest thing to do is basically the cash. I have no idea how to handle the cash register. Time you have to how should I put it? You have to count the bread and just do stuff to stuff. I really don't actually understand that. I can work at the cash register, but I can't do it on closing time. Okay, I'm going to make a list of things that I would be talking about. And my list is basically very key when it comes to Subway. Now, I'm the kind of person that enjoys children. It's actually been in me for quite a long time. From the fact that I have so many little cousins in my family that were born when I was a kid, and I just fell in love with children just ever since they were born, pretty much. And it's just It's when it comes to sound like me, because people find kids annoying. I can understand why, or I just don't. I really don't know how to put it other than that. But there's also, I've had many kids come, like so kids. Like one of my cousins actually came to Subway and I made her sandwich. And it was actually, if you work at somewhere and you know someone, you will obviously talk to them. And it's actually was really pleasant since I really am, it's just good to see her again. But then there are instances where I actually sometimes think, well, there was one time where I was, well, working and making sandwiches, and there was a little girl who was actually crying. Now we have like this thing where there's a kids meal, like in pretty much every fast food restaurant, and the thing is, we didn't really have any like bags or anything like that for the kids meal. It was just pretty much serving like a normal Subway sandwich. And I actually, since I told her she wanted the kids meal and I got that. I think that I just felt happy that it made her feel better. Just making the sandwich, giving the toy the cookie. It just made me feel happy that I made her smile. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the people that I actually work with. Now, I just want to start from the beginning. When I first worked at Subway, I didn't know anyone, of course. But the only one person that I actually knew was a girl that was starting at the same time as me. And she actually goes to the same school as I. Yeah, I'm not gonna say him, but it's kind of complicated to say, but I actually, like when I was working, and it was actually kind of funny because one time at the cash register, she actually made a little bit of a mistake. The girl was paying X amount of money, and it wasn't like a credit card or anything like that. It was just and when you're at the cash register, you have to press a button, or at least say what amount she paid, so you can get some back to her. But the thing is, she forgot to do that. So basically, it was really simple math, and so basically did the math for her, and then I came with like a calculator that was inside, were in the back, and it was actually, in my opinion, pretty funny. Another girl that is actually not from where I live, or at least in same town. She's actually from Reykjavik. Here anymore, but I want to say this. Basically, she passes around the new people. Actually, can see why some people don't like her and all that. But in my experience, when it comes to the whole bossing around thing, she asks nicely. She doesn't say, go and get and do that. She says, could you please do that? Or whatever, something like that. So I didn't really get as much experience when it comes to this. But I get why people don't like her. I mean just neutral. What should I next? Okay, I'm not gonna mention everyone, but I'm gonna mention someone that is kind of special. It's actually a boy, Well, he is actually was the only boy that was working at the time when I started, and he still works at Subway. He just does it during the night shift, and I haven't really worked as much with him because I usually did the morning shift. Well, you can't really call it a morning shift. I would like to call it a lunch shift or something like that. Because that's when I started working. I usually didn't take the whole shift. I usually took like a short one, like starting from 12 to 4 p.m. or something like that. And it was like something that, so I didn't really experience much. But anyways, this guy is actually kind of nice and all that. But one thing I heard was that the girl, the guy, and that boy, they were actually till like 12:30 or something like that. It took them that long to close the store. Now, the Subway usually closes 10 p.m. So basically, they were there for like 2.5 hours. Yeah. Okay, the next one. After the girl, and she was actually she could get at the place. They basically went to Iceland for a bit, and she worked at the same Subway. She spoke English, well, Icelandic, and she actually was trying to find like people that actually speak in Norwegian, and it was actually kind of funny to me. But I actually liked her a lot. She's actually the only person that I could talk like endless. Well, one of them at least. Uh, who is next? Okay, I would like to have one girl who was usually like on the one shift and all that. I just want to say this. This girl is super good. I actually, okay, fun gave me, because I work at Subway right now. Yeah, this girl was actually kind of the nicest person ever. Now, I actually, when I was going to work, I was actually on my bike. The Subway actually, it actually pays depending on your age. I get like, and also it depends on like when my shift is. It's really depends. I get like 80,000 Iceland money. Okay, so the accident that I had, I fell on my bike and it really hurt so bad. I was really crying. And I didn't really actually wear a helmet, so I'm not the best. But I actually had to skip work because of that. And because if I actually like went my hand in the toaster, it would actually hurt. So the girl actually covered my shift, and this was actually the only time I ever skipped work. I think about it right now. But just had an excuse to skip work. I just keep in mind that I didn't really talk to the workers or anything like that much. But when I did, it was actually kind of fun. The next one I want to talk about is actually, in my opinion, the newest girl like started. She's actually 1 year younger than me, and she's actually, when I started working, or when she started working, I was kind of like helping her out. And when it comes to like the new people, the ones that worked much longer had to help, and they ask questions about the whole thing. And she's actually the one I like to talk to the most. Like when we're taking a break, like, and talk about some stuff. The fun thing is, we ended up talking about the stuff that in other countries people have on the Subway sandwiches. And it's actually kind of funny because we saw crab. And we have on the computer, like, we click on something and it's like a sticker that's supposed to tell when, like, what kind of food is in there and when it's like expires and all that. And we were basically talking about like the food in like America or even just in other countries. And I imagine the crab thing, like crab meat, to be like the tuna. Like, it's gonna scoop in ice cream, put it on, and then smear it. Okay. Now, the reason why I know this girl is actually because she went to the same elementary school as I, or grade school, or whatever you like to call it. Now, there's also like some workers that are like come from Reykjavik, because most of the teenagers or just anyone who works on Subway are pretty young, and they're mostly just teenagers. So they're basically in school. And because of that, there are some people that come from Reykjavik, or they ask for some people just have wanted posters or something like that. And it's not really uncommon. But there's also the whole thing with the newest Subway is, but when he first came, it was like his first shift. At the time, I was only working like a half a night shift. Basically, I didn't work the whole night, but I was in closing. But since I was, at the time, I was the only one that was like, has worked there the longest out of all of them. There was like a woman that was much older than me, and there's also the new girl I was talking about. And basically we were giving him like a simple job, like cleaning some stuff and all that, and we were teaching him and showing like how we do things around here, like make sandwiches. He got to make like salad, and it was pretty simple. Found that it was actually kind of fun just teaching. Well, just teaching a new kid something. I really don't know how to describe the feeling. If you're some teacher and you have a student, it's basically that kind of feeling. Okay, on to the next topic. Okay, I want to talk about Subway in Iceland. If you all go to Iceland and decide to go Subway, keep in mind a pretty small Iceland is really small, and we don't have enough space for many cheese, for example. We only have American. We have like the basic vegetables, but we don't have avocado. We probably used to. I've heard that from some work on Subway. And yeah, I've also seen that other like kinds of sandwiches. James has mentioned in his video his favorite Subway is like the pastrami, but he says it's expensive. But the thing is, the pastrami foot long actually it costs the same as the like like a 6-inch like sandwich. The Subway melt. It costs the same, and it's actually really cheap in my opinion. But yeah. And he also mentioned the turkey Italiano. We really don't have that, but it's also a thing that I wanted to talk for so long. What kind of Subway place has a freaking ketchup? There's no place in Iceland that has ketchup. I can guarantee that. But I will say this. We have pizza sauce. It's close enough. But you're never gonna get ketchup. Just buy it at the store, just smear on. But you can also just get some ketchup, free ketchup in KFC. Then there is. I've actually seen that some other Subway places have like extra food. The only thing like extra we quote unquote have is coffee. So don't expect much in Iceland like as more things, or we have like the basic more. Now I want to talk about the shifts. Like now I bet you all have heard of night shift and day shift. The main difference is just now there's also what I like to call half night and day shift. I usually during the summer I usually took the half day shift, and I liked that because I could actually sleep in, and it was super fun. But basically, it depends on the place where I live or the Subway place that I work at. It's actually like during the weekends. It's actually open 11, but on other days it's pretty much it's especially really early. So people have to wake really super early just for that. It's kind of sad. Now, my favorite is actually night shift, half night shift, because at least I don't have to close the store. But that's just my opinion. Now I want to talk about like a little story. Basically started off like this. you know, kids sometimes have like cash maybe from parents, but one kid had like his mom's credit card, and like his mom gave it to him and all that. But the thing is, he tried to put the pin in, but it didn't really work. So in the end, he had to use like the scanner, and it was actually pretty sad. But I just want to say it because it took a while, and there was like a line, so I had to like actually ring in some other kids. It was like a really big group, so. Okay, I mentioned earlier that tourists come a lot on Subway. Now keep in mind, there are also people that come at Subway that don't even speak freaking English. The first time I ever got an encounter, they were trying to ask for coffee, and there was a really big line. So I just did the coffee, and they were also ordering a freaking wrap. It was really frustrating for me because this is actually also, if you go to Subway, order the sandwich first, then do everything else later. Ugh. I've had like the second encounter, and like where the bread is, or where they can choose a bread, we can't really see through, so I could not really see what they were pointing at. So basically I had to ask them to try to pronounce it, the bread name, or just ask the next person to tell me what that was. And it's really simple if people are like pointing at the like what they want. Otherwise, it's really okay. I actually sometimes enjoy talking to tourists more than people in Iceland that are orange sandwiches. I really don't know. Sometimes I just. Okay. Thanks. Well, I think about that. Okay, so. Okay, since I was talking about bad customer, the kind that I hate, let's talk about the simple and good customers. It was like an old lady. It was like on the day where the pizza shop was like the shop of the day. So, like, it was like old lady that ordered 3-foot-long pizza shops without pizza sauce, and they'll all be heated, I think, and just put like lettuce, some cheese sauce, and close it. And this is like the simplest sandwich that I've ever done. And recently she came back again, and I was actually, if you had this kind of experience, like a really simple, then you get satisfied. Now, here in summer, it's actually kind of common that flies and all the bugs come around. But at Subway, they come more frequently than you think. Like, when I came or started working, there were flies everywhere. Like, I tried to capture the flies, kill them. It was more at the end of the summer where I actually tried to get rid of them, because one time one of the workers was making sub, and the fly just was on the sub for 1 second, and they demanded they would get a new sandwich. Just because a fly freaking touched a freaking sub. I can understand why they would be like that, but think of it like more of extra protein. I would think that more. I really wouldn't care if a fly get him a sub. But this is a really picky person. Like, what the heck? While on the topic of flies, there was like now I just want to say this. Bees and all that. Now there wasn't any like technically bees, but not really wasps. I really don't know how you say the name in English, but it's kind of like a bee thingy that was always on at Subway. Now, the thing is, there's like a trash can really close to the window, and there's always like the door there is kind of sometimes open if it's a hot day, and they come inside because of the food. Now, I've seen them at where the soda is, like on the soda or the fountain, and they're basically just eating the top part of the fountain. It's actually kind of disgusting, but we managed to catch them and basically kill them. Okay, the next topic is also a kind of satisfying thing. It was maybe a month ago or something like that, I don't remember. But I was thinking of doing a night shift. And it was pretty much the most satisfying night I've ever had at Subway. Basically, there was pretty much nothing to do. Like, we were done with everything, we could just relax and be on our cell phones. But we did have customers here and there, but it wasn't like a biggie. You know? Now, it was just satisfying having pretty much no customers. Okay, you know how there's always like the annoying customers? Like they're really picky with the food, like I mentioned earlier. Well, there were teenagers that came and were on a sandwich. And basically they were kind of picky with the vegetables and they kept changing their minds. And in my opinion, it wasn't like annoying, it was more fun. Kind of like the guy that was really picky with the food. But like at the end, when I was close to the sandwich, the guy asked for 1 olive, and I basically just gave it to his hand. That was kind of hilarious. I'm basically the perfect person to make a sandwich without getting mad, because I'm not really mad. I don't like to look at one girl one time, and we were talking about some of the bad stuff, and I basically just pointed out the good thing about this whole thing. And she actually noted that one of my characters. Oof. Okay, since I'm at the top, I did mention pizza shop earlier. It's actually my favorite shop. It's basically just pepperoni and, well, pizza sauce. And I actually don't like putting pizza sauce. I just like the pepperoni. I'm really into spicy food, so yeah. Now, I like to put extra meat, but not extra cheese. And you might be thinking, why wouldn't I put extra cheese when I have extra meat? Well, I have experience with pizza with my mom, and she puts a lot of cheese. She likes like extra cheese. And I've actually gone to a place where they have much more cheese than a pizza sauce. Or even like there's more cheese than the rest. It's just terrible that you now in Iceland we also have like the either you toast it or you can microwave it in the, and I like to microwave it. Yeah, it's just a way to make if you want it hot but you want it soft. And it's actually something that I kind of like to do. Plus, the cheese actually is much better in my opinion if you just heat it. It's like melting the pepperoni, if you know what I'm getting. Next, after I take out apple vegetables, I only like to put the green vegetables, like the fresh, like lettuce, cucumber, bell pepper, and spinach. It's the only vegetables I like on my soup. Now, I don't know if it applies to every single Subway place, but there's actually a sauce that's really popular. It's the cheese sauce. And it's like something that pretty much everyone would like. I personally like that on my shop, but there's another sauce I like on my shop. It was actually something that I saw my sister do, and the reason why I got this job in the first place was because of her, and I worked a few shifts with her, and I saw her do put a sauce called Southwest or Chipotle. I know there are some places that have this kind of sauce, but mixing them together is actually really good, and I recommend trying it if you have a chance. Now, when I started working Subway, my family had already planned to go on Subway and have me like make the sandwiches. I did make the sandwiches for my family, of course, like put the meat and all that. But I was pretty new at this, so I didn't have all that much experience. So I made it pretty slow, and there were more customers coming. So there came another girl just helped me with like vegetables, but it didn't work. And at the time, like when I first came to Subway, my parents told me that I didn't really like the Subway, but or at least the sandwiches. So years later, I came with my brother again after like a while. I have gone before, and basically I haven't really like I actually know what I like on my sandwich and all that. And it was actually the first time I actually put just the green stuff on my sub. And yeah. Ugh. Now, my brother actually liked to have the ham sub, ham and cheese. But when we went to Reykjavik, to a mall, the one we like to call Smáralind, and we went to Subway. My sister that was working at the time and has been working at Subway for quite a while. She had her kids and me and my brother and my mom. We were there. She actually has 2 daughters, and we went to Subway to get some lunch. And my mom doesn't really like the sandwiches. I can see why she doesn't like it. I really don't have a tongue, but I can see why she doesn't. And so my sister decides to just introduce her to the salads. And she had tuna salad. And it was actually the first time I actually seen people put tuna on a salad at Subway. So yeah. Just everything I liked. Now, at the time, I actually put chips on my sandwich as well, like crumble them and then just put on the syrup. But and I got this time a foot long, not a 6-inch one, and it was really good. Now, this is actually the first time my brother actually put a freak the chips on, and he thought it was really good. And it was also the first time he ever tried a pizza shop, the one I like the most. Now, it was actually when my brother started to like pepperoni, so it was like a whole new world for him. The main difference between my sub and his is actually just the fact that he loves pizza. But yeah, and I've actually made one for my brother before, like after, and we actually went to Subway together for lunch. When I was actually supposed to go to work that day, because my brother wanted just to have Subway and at least a sandwich, and I paid the whole thing. We did have like the same as usual and all that. Well, we were just using the Wi-Fi at Subway and just watching live stream of South Park on YouTube. In my opinion, working on Subway is really fun, and I really enjoy the food there. I have never tried a salad. I can't say that with certain. I have pretty much tried every bread, in my opinion, because all the bread is pretty much the same. Like the brown bread is like honey oat and nine corner are pretty much the same bread. The exception on the top, and just the white bread is just all the same bread, but with different toppings. So I can say that it really just depends on what you want to top. But yeah, it's actually not the. If you ask me, this is probably the most fun job I could have got. I really don't know what the other jobs are like, but I'm pretty sure this is the most fun, because it's the only place I ever had to bake something. I really enjoy baking. I've been doing that pretty much with my mom forever. So it just makes me happy sometimes when I get to do this job. I'm at her game for 39 minutes of my job. Well, I could have got more story, but I really don't remember any. But yeah. This guy wants me to collab with him. I haven't done a collab in a while. The thing is, I really don't know. I really don't know how to reach like people on YouTube, like this install thing. I'm probably just gonna check out this channel real quick. He has much subscribers than I do. Why does he? I'm gonna be watching some videos later. I might just do a collab with him. But I really don't want to do a collab on my channel. Unless he could just go and we could find time, we could live stream. I could live stream some stuff. I think this is gonna be the end. But I hope you enjoyed me talking about my job. Once again, to the other ones out and watch his video, talk about his job. It's more entertaining. At least he is much better at explaining. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.